New Year! Woo! Jeez, guys, I already did one thing that I said I need to stop doing this year, and that's procrastinating. I've been procrastinating making a YouTube video, boy. I was going to make one the last 2 weeks of the year, and I was like, no, let me just do it next year. And then when it got to next year, I just felt lazy. But anyway, today we were talking about something very interesting, so let's get down to this fucking video.
Tell him, boy, I think I might claim you. Put my number in your phone, nickname you. It's Brianna, if you ain't know my name, like Alicia. Still he told his ex-bitch, bye Felicia. Hit Jordan to ship you a couple kicks.
I've talked about not accepting people's bad behaviour, but being immune from certain things is a totally different thing. What I've learned is either someone's going to be in your life or they're not, right? Everyone knows that concept. But there's certain things that it's easy to get you agitated with, certain behaviours that people possess, yeah? And then I thought to myself, why is this getting me irritated? And like, it shouldn't get you irritated, because you should be immune to stuff like that. Like, that's another person's bad behaviour. Why are you allowing someone else's bad behaviour to filtrate into how your mood should be? Like, if that's what you want to do, you can keep your shit to yourself. Like, regardless if you're messaging me, if I've got something to say, I'm going to say it to you. But it doesn't mean I'm going to confront you about it or whatever, because that's your own business. If you choose to be inconsistent, good for you. The more that you keep, because sometimes a lot of people do stuff to try and get your attention, and it's so hard to, when you're in your zen and when you're in a certain mood, it's hard to see outside that. Like, sometimes it does take someone else to make you realize, like it took me to make you realize, like, you know what, sometimes people are doing this on purpose. They're doing it on purpose. They do certain things because they know it will rattle you up, and they know exactly how you're going to act, and that's the reaction they want. And you don't, you're so already there, like on cloud 100, like from 0 to 100 literally, that you can't even acknowledge that. And the more that you start to become immune from certain behaviours, the more things that won't affect you at all. And people have no option but to change the way that they treat you, because they know that how they act and what they think is going to get to you is never going to get to you. And that is what I learned. So just don't, little things that you would usually bother you about people, that's their own business. If someone messages you late and you message them maybe yesterday or the night before and they're being inconsistent, message them back as soon as they message like normal. That's your business. Like, you can choose to do that. I'm not that type of person. I'm not going to be here playing tit for tat because you message. I'm not going to message you for hours later, let you know how it feels, because those people aren't being punished. They're doing that on purpose. A lot of these people do what they do on purpose, and I'm using the texting and the messaging late as a prime example because it's something that everyone gets bothered by. Do you know what I mean? So that's the only like prime example I know of, but it's just bad behaviours in general. When you know people are doing certain stuff and acting in certain ways that you know that gets you rattled up, when you know that it's something that's getting you hot, it's most likely being done on purpose. You need to listen to your body and you need to pay attention to things, because like when something's being done on purpose and it's a positive thing, you're happy about it. When it's something negative, then there's something that's triggering that negativity, and it's not necessarily a self-doubt within you. It could be something that is definitely just being done on purpose, but you are too up there and you're too oblivious and you're too in yourself in that moment of being angry or being however you feel to realize that some people are like, that's just typical mind games that humans play. And it's so funny because we ourselves are our own worst enemies. Like, stuff that you don't like being done, like I can say, I don't like this, I don't like this, I don't like this, I don't like this. Somewhere in my life, I've done it, or I'm going to do it. And it's so easy to pinpoint someone else's faults than what your own are. And then you can't make a change or adjustments if you can't realize that within yourself. Because once you reel yourself back and you can start to see those things, it's easy to see those things in other people. as well as yourself, because I did this, so I know exactly what you're fucking doing. And I never did that. It's always easy to be like, yes, 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 yes. Some people just do shit for the sake of doing it, and I don't have to put no blame on myself. That's your own business. Like, everyone's an adult out here, and you definitely know how to treat people. Treat people how you want to be treated. If you want respect, then respect people, and don't expect to have everything on a plate when you're not even offering anything that you want on that fucking entree. That is another thing that people have a problem with, is requesting more than they can deliver. Lots of things in life are a choice, you know. Like, I don't feel like necessarily a lot of people have to earn respect. I feel like if someone's done you wrong, or they've done you wrong, then maybe that's their way of, they need to earn it. But I feel like anyone that comes into my life, you ultimately got respect until you do something that makes me look at you sideways. You know what I mean? I'm not that guarded like that, but I'm learning to become more guarded. So yeah, just learn to be immune from a lot of people's bullshit. And when it comes to certain things, don't procrastinate. There's a lot of certain situations that I've been in, and I'll think more than doing. And when it gets to a point where you're thinking so much, you become your own worst enemy, because I tell you something, overthinking is a fucking disease. Overthinking can kill you in every way. It can kill your vibe, it can kill your determination, it can kill your motivation, it can kill your own dream. Like, you can tarnish your own self with your own overthinking in your own head and not get nothing done, and end up not doing what you set out to do. So you need to get to a point where I feel like overthinking is a grey area. So there's black and white, and there's overthinking. That's procrastinating in my eyes. So I feel like now, if I catch myself overthinking about something, I literally, it's like I awaken myself. I'm like, oh, Junior, yes or no? Are we gonna do this? Let's do it. And I literally force myself to do it. And once you get into the habit of doing the yes or no, I feel like your life actually will become more easier. Because it's become definitely more easier for me, because you're not overthinking about stuff, you're just doing. Like, sometimes you put more thought into something than it's worth. And you can become your own worst enemy, putting more thought into something that doesn't even need to be thought about. And then you start doing it with little things here and there, and then that's when it's easy for you to not become immune for certain situations, because then you're overthinking. Then, so when someone's done something, then you sit down, I do it, I've done it. Like, I'll sit down and be like, oh my god, if they're not messaging me, then they've done this, they're doing this, that and that, oh my god, no. Listen, when you're immune, you don't pay attention to that. They didn't message. You don't even acknowledge the fact they didn't message. You got a message, you replied it. You should be so intact with yourself and so about yourself that you don't even notice that they haven't replied your message. They didn't reply, so why is that even a thought that they did not reply? And then where the procrastinating comes in, because when you procrastinate into things and you overthink things, because that always comes into overthinking, then obviously you can see where it overlaps into each other. So that's one thing. I feel like if you can do those two things, if we can do those two things, then you not only be able to achieve what you need to achieve, or at least try, but your life would be a bit more stress-free, and you would have done a lot more. And you can just provide your thoughts with a lot more positivity, instead of having this nonsense. I mean, oh my god, I can already stress my own life out, you know. I don't understand why I've wasted so much time in my life stressing myself over people, over situations, over things, over behaviours that they possess that have nothing to do with me, but then I take up on myself, and I'm overthinking this, I'm overthinking that, I'm doing this. Live in the fucking moment. If you're not doing this, then fair enough. If someone's going to be in your life, then they're going to be in your life. If you don't want them there, then they're not. If they don't give you the respect that you feel like you deserve and you know that you need, then goodbye. Why am I thinking about? Why do I need to think about how someone has disrespected me or someone's treating me? Because the minute that I'm overthinking about what you've done, then you've done something wrong. And maybe, actually, not necessarily, maybe that could be your own overthinking, but the fact that it's a thought that you feel like someone has disrespected you to the point where you have to overthink about a situation, then maybe you either you deal with it and you shut up, or you maneuver yourself out of the situation and you live your life, because things aren't that deep. And that's exactly my new mind frame from this year. If I'm seeing someone, then I'm seeing someone. If I get into a relationship, fantastic. If I don't feel like it doesn't work, then you're dumped. Then we're finished. Then it's over. Then you move on. Oh my God, things are not that serious. I think people put too much effort into things and too much thought into things instead of letting things fruitfully, naturally grow. If someone's going to disrespect you, they're going to disrespect you no matter what. If someone's going to hurt you, they're going to hurt you no matter what. You can't prevent yourself from those things. But what you can do is learn how to handle them and the situations differently in a way that it's not so much detrimental to self. That's where you learn to become immune. You've done this, okay, I'm done. You don't even need to give people explanations. Oh my God, if I'm cutting someone off, I'm cutting you off. I don't need to give you an explanation. Bye. I mean, I feel like that. And then you just go in a circle, and then you end up getting back to a place that you don't want to get to, and then you give chances and oh my God, I cannot. Listen very well. I have no time for it this year. I really just don't. And it's not only this year, because you have to remember every single day is a new day. Every single day is a new year, a new day. But what makes this day different is because this is practically the start of 365. That makes a huge difference to every day being a normal day. And the fact that you get to start over and do things differently, I just think that those are good attitudes to handle certain things that you aspire for and certain situations that you need to dead. Do you know what I mean? Like, if someone's not, if you haven't given me the respect I deserve and I've cut you off, boy, you are gone. You're not even a thought in this mind. There's plenty of things that I've been thinking about. There's plenty of things that I need to be doing for myself, that I do for myself. There's ways that I need to make myself happy. There's things that make me smile. And those things will cover any bad attitude or bad behavior people need to have or bad intention they have towards me. Because I'm not looking. You see? You're in front of my face. You're where? I'm Stevie Wonder in this bitch. I don't see you, and I don't see what you're doing. And if it affects me, if I can't see it like this, you're non-existent. You see, you're not a thought. You want to be, but you're not. What you do will never affect me. What you say will never affect me, because you're immune. That is the attitude you need to have. Yes. Nonsense. Yes. Oh. I've got this big snot in my nose, right? And it's really irritating the fuck out of me. I feel like you know when something is blocking your backpack and it just feels like you can't breathe. It's like right down there, like fucking hell, man. That's the fucking thing about having a big nose. I think everything gets in there, like it goes hiding. It's like treasure hunt. But anyway, you guys, don't worry, Junior will be more consistent. I promise. Promise. I love you guys dearly, and I hope that you guys had the most amazing start to your years. You had an amazing new year. Fresh start, fresh goals, fresh aspirations. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Remember, things will happen when they happen. As long as you try and just live and enjoy the journey to wherever you want to get to. And remember how beautiful you all are. I love you guys so much, and to the next video. Take care, you guys.